Well, hello and welcome to the KX Country Clubhouse. I'm Bob Saye from KX 96, and we are thrilled to be joined by Sacha in the clubhouse. And look at you at the CMT Awards last night on the red carpet. How cool is that?
It's crazy. I feel like I'm still in dream mode right now.
As I saw the clip of you getting ready to go walk onto the red carpet, I tried to put myself in your spot. And I would have thought to myself, okay, when's somebody going to come along and say, this is a massive mistake? You're not invited.
I know, right? I was going to say, like, somebody pinched me, but I had too much rhinestones on. I wouldn't have felt it anyway. So.
Now, the one thing that's interesting, as I saw you walk onto the red carpet and all the cameras are there and people are taking pictures and that kind of thing, I would be very self-conscious about how I'm sort of like posing. So any of that were for you or what?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure, because it's like you're only going to get one shot. Whatever shot it is, it's going up. It's going to be everywhere. So that was in my mind, but I was like, you know what? Once you start walking, it's lights on, camera, and action, and you just have to kind of fake it till you make it. So.
I know you've talked about stuff like this before, but that has to be another moment in your young career that you go, okay, you know, we're heading in the right direction here. It's just another thing to check off the box. Am I right or am I wrong on that?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's just like, wow, you know, it's been a long time coming, and what would have happened if I quit along the way, you know? And you know, you sometimes you question, like, I know I'm passionate. This is what I'm passionate about. It's what I've always dreamed of. It's what I feel is my path. And when you have moments like that, it's just a strong validation that you're headed in the right direction, and that, you know, whatever else comes your way, it's going to be worth it.
It's interesting that you mentioned that what if I had quit along the way sometime, because I'll give you a quick story. I don't know if you've heard this before, but years ago, Dean Brody was in Nashville and things just weren't happening for him. And he literally said, okay, obviously it's not meant to be. And he was literally driving home and he got a call from, I don't know, somebody with his team and said, you know, you better get back here because somebody's just offered you a writing deal or something to that effect, right? So have there been moments where you've questioned whether this is the right thing to do?
Yeah, and it's almost like, you know, it's the right thing to do. It's something that I have a conviction about, but it's like, is it going to work out, you know? And how much longer should I, you know, continue to persevere? And for me, there's no quit button, but I tell you, you're tempted to find one at times, because you're just like, you know, this industry is not for the faint of heart. But had it not been for my passion and my true conviction that this is what I'm supposed to do, it could have been easy to, you know, call it quits. And I think that, like I said, you don't get to see the result if you quit. And I wouldn't have been able to see the opportunities like I've been having, such as CMT and the red carpet last night, if I would have hit that button.
If you're just joining us, this is the KX Country Clubhouse, and we're joined by Sacha. And you mentioned the passion that you have. And I think it's one thing to have a dream, but I think you have to be passionate about that dream to keep going. And I think of Luke Combs' latest song, Doing This. And I think that's like the attitude you have to have, is that, okay, like it would be nice if I became a big star, but in the end, I'm still doing this no matter what. Is that kind of the attitude or the approach you have?
That's the attitude. That's like a song that I wish I would have. That's one of those, if you ever had a song you wish you wrote, that's one. You know, I come home, KX 96 is playing for my dog all the time, so I'll leave the radio on. And when I come home, it's playing. And I remember walking in and just seeing or hearing that Luke Combs song particularly, and thinking, you know, it almost brought me to tears, because I was like, that song, that is so resonating with me right now. And it's so true. You know, I'd still be doing this if I wasn't doing this. And that's true. It's true.
Yeah. You mentioned having KX 96 on with your dog listening. Thank you for that. We'll take any listener we can. But the question is, okay, you brought up radio. When was the first time you heard one of your songs on the radio, and what was your reaction?
The very first time that I heard my song on radio was, okay, years back, actually. I was going to Boots and Hearts, And I had a song that's, you know, that nobody's heard of, but I remember it playing on radio, and I was on my way to Boots and Hearts for the first time, and I was just floored. I could not believe it. It's just all these surreal moments that just keep happening, and I was extremely grateful and hopeful when I heard it. So.
Yeah, I'll bet. CMAOntario Awards are coming up in the not too distant future in London, and you're up for a couple of awards, including Female Artist of the Year. Nicely done.
Thank you.
It takes a team, though, I'm thinking, right? I mean, I know that obviously you're putting in the work and you're working hard. There's lots of discipline. Talk about the people around you that have helped you along the way to get to this point and hopefully beyond.
I am working with a team, which is important. It takes a team, it takes a village. And Starseed Entertainment has come into play with helping me out and, helping take the load off of me so I can focus on my artistry and my creativity and just run, with the wind. And I'm so excited because even just since working with them, specifically with the rec laws and with the truck, we're just a great fit, and they see the vision, they have the same passion, and their goals align with mine. So I'm so excited for what's coming and what working with the team will produce, because I've been doing this so independently for so long, and I feel like we've got all the right components, and I'm so excited.
I think of because there are lots of stories of people who want to get into the music business, and they basically hook up with the wrong people, right? And how important is it for you to know that you've got a team, but they're actually the right team?
Yeah, that is crucial, Bob, because like you said, some people, they just jump ship. This has been a long time coming for me, and I've had opportunity to decipher and to sift out who I want to work with. And I mean, just the team of Starseed, I've always loved their artists, the Reckless, Dean Brody, J.D. Eagleson, etc. I've always loved their artists. I've loved their results. I've loved their passion and their heart behind music and their goals for each artist. And so it is important to make sure, for me, it's a gut feeling. And sometimes the rest will sort it out, but it was initially the gut feeling and the same passion. It was like someone believed in me the way I believe.
So aside from your team, who keeps you and who's going to keep you humble along the way? Who do you have in your life?
Oh, I have my sweet, darling husband who keeps me in check, and he is also like a coach as well, and he keeps it real.
There you go.
He is my critic and encourager.
Let's talk about your latest song, We Did. I saw a little clip on social media of Brad Rempel, who's one of the co-writers on that song.
Yes.
And he performed a few seconds of We Did. So before we get to how you came to find the song and all of that, he also mentioned that this is how we originally wrote the song. And then Sacha, of course, recorded it and did her quote version. So describe how different your version is compared to what you heard originally, and then talk about what was it about that song that you thought, yeah, okay, we definitely are recording this one.
You know what? The song hasn't changed drastically. It just changed from a male perspective to a female, and in terms of a couple of words. And I fell in love with the song the minute I heard it. The feeling, the energy behind it, and the storytelling is just something that obviously I can relate to, but I feel like a lot of people can relate to. And it actually had that kind of like nostalgic, kind of Taylor Swift love story feeling. And for me, like, I'm a huge Swiftie, so even though she's not really in country anymore, I don't care. She has made a huge impact on my life, and her music is timeless. And that's what sticks out to me is, with this song, I felt like it had that kind of air about it, and that timeless air and energy. And yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is my song. And I hope it's everybody else's song who hears it.
You just mentioned that you're a Swiftie. You're also a big fan of Patsy Cline, and so which makes perfect sense. What a lovely voice Patsy Cline had. But in terms of influences, you often hear artists, particularly those who are, and we're talking entertainment, just generally speaking here, that it's when they see someone like who looks like them
Right.
that really impacts them and says, yeah, okay. Now I remember Denzel Washington talking about, oh gosh, I forgot, Sidney Poitier, and seeing him on film and thinking, okay, if he can do it, I can do it. All right, no problem. So, and I remember thinking, particularly, I'm sure you've seen it, the performance that Mickey Guyton gave at the Super Bowl. And for people who wouldn't necessarily know who she is, what an amazing, amazing performance. So when you see someone such as Mickey doing something like that, that has to inspire you too. Yes?
Yeah, Mickey's amazing. I saw her last night, and she's just always so encouraging, and she's always willing to help people out and open up the door and use any of her success to, be a stepping platform for others. So she's incredible, and I've had the honor to meet her and started to get to know her. And yeah, growing up, obviously I didn't have anybody that I could look up to that looked like me. I heard voices and I saw people, and I just felt what I felt when I heard them, and that was my ammunition. So being in this day and age and seeing more people like me represented in country music is obviously encouraging, and it gives you hope, that there is a place for everybody.
As a woman in country music and as a Black artist in country music, do you feel some of that, responsibility of inspiring others who are coming up to be inspired by you?
I think the responsibility that I feel is just to stay true to what I am passionate about and do it out of authenticity and do it out of, my life story and share that. And I feel like whoever that inspires, then my job is done. And it's not one or anybody in particular, but it's for everybody. So I feel like I have the honor of having, these conversations with you, Bob, and radio stations and nominations and inspiring anybody that has a dream, anybody that has come from the least likely of circumstances, or anybody that feels underrepresented in any industry, that as long as you stay true to what you're passionate about and you're authentic about it, then all things are possible.
You do a lot of charity work, and I know some of the organizations that you deal with are to promote people's awareness of bullying. Can you talk about some of the organizations that you're involved with and how you got involved with them?
Well, quite a few years back, I started a school tour with a song that was championing, people who have been victims of bullying, and that was a big thing. And I was with oh geez, that was so long ago. It was like a Bell. I had released a music video in a movie theater in Bell. Let's Talk had put their stamp and imprint on that, and they partnered. I have since then taken on other endeavors like kids music programs and helping out the kids who are less fortunate and not able to afford lessons. I had the pleasure of working with young up and coming little stars that might not have that opportunity if there wasn't programs like that. And there's more. I've partnered with Shania Kids Can a while back as one of the ambassadors for her program, and they got to sing for some students in her program. And there's more endeavors that I'm working on and becoming more active in those charities. So
if you're looking for inspiration, look no further than Sacha, because she is from or grew up in, for a time anyway, Warkworth, Ontario, and it's a lovely town. I've been there several times. And but if you're thinking that how can someone like me, growing up in some small town in nowhere Ontario or any province in Canada, you, Sacha, are the perfect example of someone who clearly can.
You can. You just got to
Yeah.
find a way.
Yeah. Who, when you were growing up in Warkworth, who was I'm assuming your family, but other people in an, because Warkworth is quite an arts and culture kind of town, actually, as it turns out. So anybody else that helped you along the way when you were younger?
Yeah, I mean, Warkworth has transformed since I was there. Like again, really small town, really rural, really, farm town. And yeah, it's so arts and vibrant now. It's really cool to see. My parents were musicians, so I mean, backyard bonfires was a thing all the time. Rehearsals in the house was a thing all the time. Going to their gigs, so that was a huge part of music becoming part of my DNA. Sleepovers at my friends' houses on their farms. You were hearing all the country legends and just living life as little country kids. I guess all that has a part to play. There's just little fragments that make up who I am as an artist, and there's just so much more that I want to share, and I can through music and songs that are to come. So I'm excited.
Speaking of new music, so when can we expect more? We did and all that, but come on.
Well, if you stick around for something around the end of next week, and I'm so excited about a release that's happening. And what else can I say? Can I say more? It's a music video, and I'm so excited, Bob. So keep an eye out on my socials, everybody, around the end of next week, April 22nd to be exact.
All righty, we'll look forward to it. And Sacha, thanks so much for taking the time to join us in the KX Country Clubhouse. A little quick tip about Warkworth, though. My wife and I made the mistake of going there on a Sunday evening a little after 6, and everything was closed. So just keep that in mind when you're going to Warkworth. You got to get there early.
Yes, because it's a long drive. It's not, it's not too close. So,
Sacha, congratulations on all the success so far. I'm sure there's lots more to come. And again, thanks for taking the time and joining us in the clubhouse. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Bob.